What if in the game of life there was a cheat code that could help you skip your way from level 1 to level 10? Would you take it? Networking with successful people is this cheat code in life. Unfortunately, most people do it wrong and don't understand how networking truly can benefit them and the person they're looking to connect with. I'm gonna get into the IVC method that I use to network with spiritually and materially rich people. But first, you need to break this major limiting belief that I see so many people have that want to network with successful people and be successful with it. I call this limiting belief Sonic Brain. Sonic is a video game character known in the video games for his speed, and that's the problem with most people who want to learn how to properly network. Technically, although networking is the cheat code, be sure to not try to rush things. Networking is a cheat code because it lets you get 10 years worth of knowledge without the hard work that goes along with it and the hard lessons. But you have to be patient. Not all people who you network with will look to create win-win scenarios. They might not even take you seriously in the beginning, so keep that in mind. You're not always gonna connect with the person that you want to connect with, but just know that after time, when you put in win-win scenarios and you do good things, you will get to network with the right people. The first step of my networking process, the IVC method, is your introduction elevator. I call it the elevator because of the common introduction people in the business world call the elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is an introduction used to be sure that if you're ever with a person in a short amount of time that you want to introduce yourself really quickly, that you can and be effective with it. You need to quickly tell the most interesting things about you and what your goals are in a short amount of time. In the beginning, when you're networking, you may not have many accomplishments or businesses under your belt like an advanced entrepreneur or an investor. You want to focus in the beginning in your elevator pitch to include your skill set, your background, and your professional goals. The things in the beginning that will make you stand out to people is oftentimes your soft skills, your ability to communicate, your work ethic, etc. You may have to talk to a lot of people until you find someone with the expertise you're seeking to acquire and who is willing to actually take you seriously. But as time progresses, you gain experience and leverage that experience to make your elevator pitch develop and become better. You will be able to include accomplishments and a bit more and get people more intrigued in you. You'll have more leverage. It's just like marketing when you have a testimonial from past clients versus a company that has no social proof at all. Be patient and this will come to you more. If you want content on how to develop a proper elevator pitch, DM me on Instagram or just leave a comment on the video. The second step in the IVC framework is value bombing. Once you've gotten acquainted with someone and are looking to learn from them, then it's time for you to provide value. Providing value with someone is very important so the relationship can be formed and can gain value from both you and the person that you're networking with. This is how you create a win-win scenario and build goodwill with people. But it's different if you're a beginner versus if you already have some valuable skills. If you have a skill set that you can provide for free or charge just a little bit to deliver it and deliver as if they paid top dollar to you, then that would be something you could do if you had a valuable skill set already. This will oftentimes lead to you leaving a very good impression on the person, and they typically can repay you by helping you out. If you don't have a super valuable skill set though, then the only thing you have to offer is your time. This is what I did with one of my first mentors in the beginning. I didn't have any valuable skill set necessarily, but I was hardworking and had time. I offered to do some work for him for free so that I could do it on my own time as well, and so that I could learn a very valuable marketing skill that would help me in the future. This skill today helps me generate tons of leads like clockwork when I'm investing in real estate. I know that if you start this networking process and you provide value to someone, even if you just do the first 2 steps of this networking framework, you will network better. And the last step of the IVC method is the connection cycle. And this is something you really need to understand, so pay attention. The last step of the networking process is the connection cycle, like I said. This step stresses the importance of continuing connection. If you want to network and connect with people, you need to be consistent in their lives. When you reach out to people only when you need something, it doesn't paint a good picture in their eyes about you. They think that anytime you call them, you're just gonna ask for something. And you don't want to pick up phones with people that's just gonna ask you something all the time and put you in their problems. It's so easy to get caught up in our own goals and our ambitions, and you sometimes forget to help the other person and create an incentive for the person to stay connected with you. The rule of thumb when you're connecting with anyone is to continue to create those win-win scenarios. Don't reach out only when you need something, but reach out to provide value to them on a consistent basis, even if it's just checking up with them. The small things add up over time when someone doesn't consistently see you as a pest who always wants something when you actually call them. For some people, your company and your companionship may be the thing that they value most when interacting with you. They may just be looking to give back to someone who is ambitious. But for other people, they may want you to do them a favor or pay them for their time. The point isn't for you to take. This is the connection cycle. Make sure you maintain connections with people even if you're not receiving anything from them. If they seem to be a good person and they're spiritually and materially rich, stay connected with them, provide value to them long term, and ultimately good things always come back to you. So give without looking to receive when you're networking with people. Now, if you're wondering how to keep track of all the people that you get in touch with, it can be pretty tough. I remember when I was networking with so many people back when I was first starting to get into investing and entrepreneurship, it was so hard to stay connected with all of them. I talk about this deeper on how to network as a part of my free community, where we do weekly Zoom calls about God, personal growth, business, and investing. If you join for free, I have a resource I'll send to you about networking properly and keeping in contact with all the people you network with within the group and outside of it. Just subscribe to the channel, like this video, DM me on Instagram at It's Kuye, and I'll see you on the next Zoom call once I send you over the link to join and all the other free resources I provide. Thank you guys, and peace. I hope this helps.